The family of a tourist who died after being burned in an Edinburgh hotel shower has lodged legal action at the Court of Session. 59-year-old Kalyani Uthaman from India had been on holiday in Scotland in August 2012 when she was severely scalded in the shower. Her family is seeking compensation from Premier Inn's owners totalling more than £1 million. Morag Kinniburgh reports.
Kalyani Uthaman had been on holiday in Scotland in 2012, staying at the Premier Inn here in Newcraig Hall on the southeast of Edinburgh. On the 4th of August she'd gone for a shower. Minutes later her daughter-in-law found her lying slumped and scalded so badly she'd suffered burns to 25% of her body. She was treated in intensive care for 6 weeks but died of multiple organ failure.
She was a lovely woman, she was always there for us. So it was an irreparable loss, given the love and affection she had for us and we had for her.
Sundar Uthaman, her son, in Bangalore, India, had been on holiday here with her at the time.
This is something that none of us expected would ever happen in a very safe country like UK. It's been very, very difficult. And for my mother to go through what she went through, it's very hurtful. And I don't think so anybody from the hotel ever bothered to even call on us to check what's the state, did we really need any help at all? Because we are not from UK firstly, and we were not locals of Scotland either.
The families lodged papers at the Court of Session seeking compensation totalling over £1 million. Glen Millar of Thompsons Solicitors argues their case centres on the claim that thermostatic valves which prevent scalding should have been fitted, and whilst the regulations say they only need to be installed in buildings constructed after 2006, he believes there's a case in common law that the hotel failed to properly care for Mrs. Uthaman.
The death arose directly due to the absence of something called a thermostatic mixing valve between the water tank supplying the water to the shower. It is specifically designed to prevent scalding, and because this building was in place before 2006, the regulations do not apply to what happened, but we will advance a case at common law that in terms of taking reasonable care for Mrs. Uthaman as a hotel resident, then a thermostatic mixing valve ought to have been fitted.
Whitbread plc, which owns the Premier Inn chain of hotels, has issued a statement saying,
"Our thoughts are with the family of Miss Uthaman during what must have been and which must remain an extremely difficult period for them. We've worked closely with and supported the relevant authorities with their inquiries around this case. As civil proceedings are active, we unfortunately cannot comment further."
The Uthaman family and their lawyer can't understand why the Crown Office decided not to hold a fatal accident inquiry into this death so lessons could be learned to prevent this kind of accident happening again. The Crown Office has said this was a tragic case which was fully investigated, but independent Crown Counsel agreed there'd be no focus for an FAI and no recommendations for a sheriff to make. Such was the extraordinary nature of this accident. The case for damages is due to have its first call in court later this month.
Morag Kinniburgh reporting there.